I did not know this, but our next guest is leading the league in free throw shooting, which I think the first time in his career. He's Dirk Nowitzki, the Dallas Mavericks. Did you know that, Dirk? You're leading the league?
I did not. Actually, I just missed one the other night, so I figured I'd drop a significant amount, but I guess it wasn't enough to go back.
Okay, if we went out and shot free throws, what's the let's say out of 100, how many are you making out of 100?
I'm hoping on a good day I'll make 95. So what do you think you're making?
I'm gonna put up at least high 80s, maybe low 90s.
But that's not bad. You know, I've seen your three ball when you played Avery back in the days, and I was pretty impressed.
But remember when you came in, you walked into the practice facility and you yelled out, "The circus is in town"?
You never let me live that down, huh?
Well, it hurt because I was thinking, Dirk, come on, just see my jumper first before you say circus is in town.
No, you know, we used to always say that back in the days, but, you know, we had Rodman for a couple seasons, a couple of games, and we tried all sorts of stuff, so we always said, stick a tent over this place. So that was the saying that we always used. So it wasn't necessarily against you or your jumper. It was just something we always said.
Craziest player you played with?
I'd probably have to say Rodman, even though, it was only for Cuban brought him in my second year for 10 games, so that was an experience. And another one was probably Vernon Maxwell. I don't know, a lot of people remember I played with him.
Mad Max.
We used to call him Mad Max. Yeah, he was one of a kind. So it's been a lot of teammates gone over the years, and this is my 16th season, so a lot of crazy ones.
Your career high is 53. LeBron goes for 61 last night. Wait, what's that feeling like when you're just in the zone?
It's fun. I mean, you know, sometimes some nights you're tired in the fourth quarter, and on nights like that, you feel like you can play a complete another game right after that game's over. You know, just your stamina's there. You feel great. You feel like you can't miss a shot, and that's an amazing feeling. And you know, LeBron, if he makes the shot, his outside shot, then he's basically unstoppable. Because I mean, the drive to the basket, nobody can stop him. And if he starts knocking that jumper consistently down like that, I mean, he's tough to guard.
Okay, but when did you realize? Because there had to be a moment or a year where you said, okay, now I know I'm one of the great scorers in the game. When was that?
I don't know. I just gradually kept working. You know, I think my first year was struggling a lot, but I always wanted to make sure that I was the first one in the gym and last one out. And in the summer, I played summer league and international ball, and I just, you know, after my first year, I didn't quite know if I had it in this league. You know, it was so fast and everything was so athletic and was struggling. So I always just wanted to make sure every summer I brought something back to the Mavericks that was new. You know, the off-the-dribble shooting, not only pick and pop. Then over the years, it was mixing some post-up and mixing drive both ways. So I just wanted to make sure I always got better and kept improving from year to year. And I guess eventually I became a pretty good scorer.
He's Dirk Nowitzki, the Mavs forward, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. But you came in, I think, at 20. What happens if you came in at 18 or 19, as some of these kids are? Would you still be in the league?
I don't know. It's tough. You know, I felt like with when I was 20, I wasn't quite ready. You know, for the physical contact of 82 games. You know, mentally it was tough. You know, even. You know, I forgot what city we're in most of the time. I mean, plus, I mean, my rookie season was also the lockout year, so we had 50 games in 2.5 months. So that was even worse. I mean, it was awful. So I can't even imagine going through it with 18, 19. So, you know, I'm glad they have the rule now where the guys have to go to college 1 year. I think it's good. It might even be good for 2 years. You know, just get these kids ready mentally and physically for a grind of the NBA season. I think it would be good for the kids and for the league.
What was it like, you know, when you're growing up in Germany and then you're reading about these players and then you have sort of your coming to Jesus moment where you get to the NBA and you got to play against Jordan. So he retired on his last shot the season before I came, and then he came back with the Wizards, and then I got to play against him. So
my whole first season, honestly, was kind of surreal. My first game right away was against Detlef Schrempf up in Seattle. My first NBA game. There was German media everywhere.
Now, he was your idol?
Yeah, I was more of a Chicago fan with Pippen and Jordan. But, obviously, if you grew up in Germany, you love Detlef Schrempf. So my first game right away was up in Seattle, and media everywhere. I was so nervous, and the whole game, that was probably my worst NBA game in my career. It just kind of was all a blur. And then my third NBA game was against Houston, and back in the days, they had Hakeem, Charles, and Scotty in that lockout year, and I loved all three of them. So it was that whole first year was kind of surreal, and it kind of took me, half of the season to kind of get used to, playing against the guys you looked up to, and it was tough at the beginning.
Mark Cuban has said on this show that you're better than Larry Bird. That's pretty high praise.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. It's always hard to compare players from different eras, and so to me, Larry is one of the greatest that ever played a game, and for me to just hear the comparison is great. It's an honor for me, but it's humbling to me, but it still feels weird to hear my name next to one of the all-time greats.
How many more years for you?
I'm not sure. I'm going to be a free agent this summer, and, I had some knee problems the last 2 years, and this year I actually feel pretty good again and moving better. So, probably sign on a couple more years, 2 or 3 years, and see how it feels. And, as long as it's still fun, and the main thing is I still love to compete. I love to be out there. In the power forward spot, there's a lot of young guys trying to, push you out. So it's still fun to kind of prove them wrong and be in there battling, helping the team win. So as long as it's still fun going to practice and fun, and competing, then I'll do it as long as I can. I'm for sure not going to retire and then come back a year or two later once I realize I still have it. I want to ride it as long as I can, as long as I have fun, and then once I'm done, I'm done.
How often do you talk to Steve Nash?
We text once in a while. This season I checked them up on a bunch. I think it's been tough, not only physically but also mentally. They're rehabbing, and you think you're having good days. You have one practice, and you go back to the basics and back to square one, and you're struggling again. So I think it's been tough on them mentally and physically. We went to dinner at one time. They were here this season, and we talked a bit. So I try to keep in touch as much as I can. But obviously, he's got his family life and lives in LA, so it's not like we talk every day. But I check up on him, or try to check up on him regularly.
Do you do a Schwarzenegger impersonation?
Get to the chopper now. Everybody kind of loves Arnold.
Wait, was that Commando? Is that what that was?
What movie was that? I forgot what movie it was.
Predator? I'm not up on too many Schwarzenegger.
He's waving. He's like, get to the chopper now. I forgot what movie it was, but that's always the line that was famous.
Is that the only impersonation you do?
That is. I'm not very good at impersonations, but Arnold, I guess, with the nice little dialect we got going, we can always do Arnold.
All right, if we're having a shooting contest, where do I want to keep you? Where's the spot I want to put you?
Actually, it's been the wing threes that haven't been great to me. Corners is the easiest three in basketball. Top of the key is actually my shot because I trail the play a lot. I used to be a little quicker, so I used to be actually in the fast break, and now I'm actually the trailer mostly 100% of the time. So I like shooting the top of the key three. So I'd say from the wing, I'll probably struggle the most. So get me on either wing, and then you might have a chance.
Seton, do you have Predator with the Schwarzenegger clip here we can play for Dirk? All right, let's hear it.
Oh! Get to the chopper!
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think you were pretty close to Schwarzenegger there.
Sweet, yeah. That's great.
Hey, good to visit with you again, as always.
Hey,
next time, I will not bring up the circus is in town. I know that you meant it as sort of a compliment, and I know.
Okay.
All right, I won't bring it up again.
Perfect. Perfect.
But I do want to shoot against you one time. I'd love to.
Done. Come on. Hey, you got to hurry, though. You only got a couple more years left.
Well, I want you when you're broken down, Dirk.
Oh, okay. Go. Then you can wait. You can wait.
I'm going to take you into the corner, by the way. We're shooting from the corner.
Oh, you like the corner threes?
Well, I know that's – I got to take you out of your comfort zone. So I'm taking you out of the top of the key. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm putting you in the corner.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. Hey, good to visit with you. Thank
All
you.
right,
Enjoy your day off.
Okay, thanks, man.
All right. Dirk Nowitzki.